Hello everybody and welcome to Lush and Salty Aquariums. My name is Stefan and thanks for coming to the channel. Oh my God, we're looking at the mother of all my tanks, the 135 gallon custom display tank, and it's finally dialed in. I'm not saying the nitrates are gone. I'm at about 0.20, so it's kind of an orange on the spectrometer, and that's not perfect, but the fish are vibrant and thriving, and I'm very, very pleased. So let's talk about this tank and all the stuff that's in it. It's hard to know where to begin. The hardscape, the aquascape, has been the same since day one, which is going on, I don't know, 5 months ago maybe. It was, I think, August 3rd that I put in the hardscape. So now we're in midwinter. And I always had various schools of tetras. I started with the cardinal tetras. I don't know how many are in here at this point, probably between 30 and 50. Then I added 10 juvenile Bosemani rainbow fish, and I'm gonna go in and show you these guys closer, but let me just kind of take it all in through the camera lens. I've got 3 juvenile millennium rainbow fish, and I can't wait to see their vibrant red. Frankly, can't wait to see the Bosemanis do their bicolor magic. And most wonderfully, I've got a group of angelfish that aren't dying on me. I lost, I'm ashamed to say, quite a few angelfish in the beginning, probably because I jumped the cycle. I went too fast, too far, and the parameters weren't right. Otherwise, I can't account for why I lost, I don't know, 6 or 7 angelfish, maybe more. But now I've got a group of 8. They're not the hyper exotic strain that I had originally fantasized. They're a mixed bag, but all of them are unique in their own way, and I'm very happy with them. I do have a potential bully out of one of them, so I'm watching that, and I might have to address it. I've got a school of Harlequin rasboras in here. I've got countless Adelphi coreodora. I've got 4 Bolivian rams and numerous Plecostomus and Otocinclus. And the plants, some of them just aren't doing well, and I've been removing those and replacing them and encouraging the ones that are doing well. So let's go closer, all right? Shall we? There's a few of the Bosemani rainbow fish. You can see the color starting to formulate on their bodies. They're going to get a little bit bigger, and that yellow will become hyper distinct. There are other phenotypes or forms of the Bosemani rainbow where that back part is red, and if I can find a few of those, I may add them depending. That's the millennium rainbow fish. It's beautiful now in that burnt orange, but it should turn into a almost tomato red, so we shall see. You see the Harlequin rasboras in the back, and here comes a group of them right now. There's a koi angelfish. I have 2 of that variety. They're not showcase koi angels. That one's almost a gold. I call him Bluto because he's got that like black eye, so Bluto is Popeye's nemesis, and maybe there's no reason, I just thought of Bluto. So that's Bluto. It's not the bully, ironically. I will show you him. He's actually that guy. He's just a classic Scalari. And you can see him right now. He's already being aggressive. You see what I mean? So if the other fish can adjust to him doing that, he can stay. Otherwise, I'll have to think of an exit strategy. Now you see a couple bigger angelfish. They've got different genes in them to bring out bigger fins, bigger body size. And then you see a beautiful, that could be a Pinoy with a black, and it's got the wide high fin and even a clown pattern going on, and there's another similar. So I love me some angelfish. There's 8 of them, and the bully aside, well, we shall see what we shall see. I don't like bullying, buddy. He's doing it even as I film, so no, not to that guy. He tends to, you know how it goes, but they're cichlids, and if they can establish a hierarchy in a tank that's plenty big enough, we should be good. They don't even consider the other fish, and I haven't had any sort of behavior negative from species to species. The Bolivian rams, I want to try to find them because they were pretty blasé when I got them, sort of boring, but they're supposedly longfin, and you can see they're starting to really color up, and that male there is starting to really show off why they're such a classic fish. And they're often put in angelfish tanks. They'll occupy more of the bottom. There's the reticulated Siamese algae eater, a slightly rarer variety. Now he helped denude this wood of hair algae, so good on him. But now they're voracious omnivores, and they will eat more food as I put it in the tank than any other fish in there. And you know, that's not ideal, but it's classic with them. They start out doing their thing with the algae, and as they get bigger, they just start to eat everything. And this is a Farawalla catfish, the coolest, most dinosaur-like critter in this tank. He or she has been fine since day one. Through all the problems, this exotic oddball has been a stalwart, 0 issues with him. Boom, there he goes. In the back, you can see an albino Plecostomus, and there's a super red in here, a calico, a clown. There's another that could be a lemon blue eye right there. Hey, buddy. It's like a puppy dog in there. I've got some Buccelandra plants, and the crypts are doing awesome, which is kind of great, given right there is just basically sand. Now I used root tabs, but not that many. This is exactly what I wanted, a plant that's easy, slow growing, robust, and can deal with sand. So I would be happy if I just get those crypts from front, everywhere occupying the sand bed. I don't need any other kind of carpeting plant. I've got some this sort. It's not sage. It's a Helathium. It's a fast grower in a lot of tanks, and even a problem. But here it's struggling, and it'll fade. The Plecostomus or the mystery snails will eat it as it dies, or I'll have to pull it out. It was a fail, but I don't care. Not if those crypts come in. Then I've got Pogostemon octopus here that's doing okay. It's better now. And then I've got some Vallisneria here, which hasn't spread as it's wont to do, but it's staying nice and beautiful in the back, which I like. That's some Hygrophila pinnifada right there. That doesn't do as well as in here as it does in all my other tanks. It's a little Bobitis doing mediocre. The epiphytes, the Anubias and Java fern are doing fine. That one's tilted over. I'm going to move it into that negative space there. Got some Rotala that's doing well here, and what I like is the bottom leaves aren't rotten and falling off. It's a true stem from top to bottom. And that's about it in terms of the aquascape. Seriostone and a couple big pieces of driftwood. I forget the exact type that I sort of pushed together to form the classic center style for this tank. And otherwise it's a nature tank or a diorama, a little bit of both. Where I'm getting a ton of success is with the frog bit up top, which is kind of cool because it keeps the duckweed at bay. I've seen duckweed in here, but it's not a problem. Perhaps the Siamese algae eaters, I don't believe any fish eat it other than goldfish, but I don't have a problem with duckweed, but I am taking fistfuls of that stuff out and basically chucking it. I brought some to a swap and gave it and donated it to the auction, and I'll probably do that again as the auction season is starting this Sunday, actually, in Northbrook, Illinois, and then a couple weeks in Tinley Park. I'll be at least at one of those, and maybe I'll bring a few more handfuls. Obviously, if anyone's in the Chicago area and are interested, and is interested, I should say, in that plant, I'm happy to give you some. So there you go. This tank obviously has a beautiful cabinet with that glass mirror, smoke glass mirror, and in there is the sump. I've done a video of that elaborate sump and all that goes on in there, and you can search that. It's just a few videos back. But this is it, and this is this is basically 95% of what I had fantasized. And I'm very, very pleased. I hope you like it, and as always, keep your hands in the tank. Ciao for now.